Okay.
So yan ng modern technology ngayon, pwede nang i-record. Ayos no?
Mm.
So, just imagine nasa Hungary ako ngayon, ikaw nasa Pilipinas, at pwede tayong
Okay.
mag-aral ng stocks. So yeah, before anything else, I would like to introduce myself, and I would like also you to bigyan mo ako ng konting background about you, and why is it that you are really interested to learn stock investing, and what makes you feel motivated about it. So okay, so I'm Arnil Apula, you can call me Neil. I'm an engineer professionally and a teacher as well, and at the same time I am a stock investor. I am teaching stock investing sa I mean to many kababayans that we have abroad, kahit saan man parte ng mundo. As long as you have the internet, I can teach our kababayans about stock investing. And why is it that I'm doing it? The first is that I know that only 1% or even less than 1% of the Filipinos na yung nag-i-invest sa stock market sa Pilipinas. So, kakaunti lang talaga yung awareness at saka yung kaalaman ng mga kababayan natin. That's why, since alam ko naman, and I have the knowledge and I have the skills to teach, and I have the knowledge about stock investing, I'm doing it by myself also. I started teaching it to my sister who is now profitable in stock market. So I decided that if I can teach it to my sister, then it means that I can also teach others. So in order for me to help others as well, and at the same time it's giving me some extra income. So that's the motivation there. And of course I can only do it during my free time. Like now I can do it because I started my Christmas holiday. Then usually I just do it during the weekends kasi mahirap yung time difference natin. We have 7 hours time difference, kaya weekend is the best time for me. Actually, last weekend, katatapos ko lang ng stock mentoring ko with another student of mine who is in Australia. And just imagine, the time difference is 12 hours. So, kailangan talaga namin i-ano yung schedule. Pero nagagawa naman namin so far.
Virtual eyeball.
Oh, so so far so good naman. I'm very happy that yung mga tinuturuan ko, talagang nakikita ko yung effect sa sa tinuturo ko. Talagang nakaka-profit.
Nakaka-profit.
Oh, talagang nakaka-profit sila kasi alam mo kung bakit? Kasi I'm teaching the practical ways, the practical things in stock market. This is not just theory. So this is the way. The things that I'm teaching are really things that how you become profitable in stock market. So it depends also on what kind of style that you want to learn. Are you into investing, long-term, mid-term, or you really want to have a swing trade or day trade? So yeah, so matanong kita, then you can also include that, I mean your background, and why is it that you are very much interested to learn stock investing?
Actually sir, I'm an architect by profession.
Wow,
Pero
congratulations.
pero kasi dalawa na kasi yung baby ko.
Oh,
So
wow.
medyo hindi ako naka-work. Pero
Okay.
yung bilang architect naman, pwede naman akong, kumuha ng work, mag-accept ng job. Kaya lang, medyo mataas rin kasi yung competition level ng mga architects. Tapos ako nasa bahay lang ako. So, syempre, yung mga nasa field yung unang mga
Correct.
kaya lang, mag-iisip ako, mag-work na ako. Kaya hindi ko talaga maiwan yung mga bata.
Oh,
So,
I understand your point.
I think yung stock market is perfect sa akin kasi
Kasi nasa bahay ka.
meron akong oras, tapos magagawa ko pareho yung magpo-profit ako, tapos makikita ko yung mga bata, ganyan.
Correct. Yes. Actually, yes.
Pero-
Yeah. Okay. Continue, please.
Kahit na kahit na mag-work din ako sa labas, kung ma-discover ko yung stock market, I will still go for it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, actually, it's also best for those who are working. And kasi stock market, you really don't need to be there always. You just need to be there when you need to buy and when you need to sell. So,
Pag timing na.
so especially if you are doing mid-term investing like me, that I have a full-time job, I really cannot do day trading. Basically, I can do it, but I don't want to because my what I have in mind about
Mako-compromise
stock
yung...
investing, when we say investing, we are letting our money grow without putting too much effort. So this is a tool to multiply our money without even doing hard work on it. You just know how. You just need to learn how to choose the right company and buy it at the correct price, at a good price, at a discounted price. So yan ang advantage dun sa stock investing kasi this is one way to get a passive income. So kahit natutulog ka, the money can work for you. So unlike being an employee, I'm not saying that becoming an employee is wrong, but becoming an employee for me, it's good, but this is not the way to get rich. It can give us something for to it can give us the things that we need, we want, or we need to our day-to-day needs at home, mga anak natin. But I don't believe that it will make us it will give us fortune. So the things that gives fortune are those which those kind of money that comes to us even if we are not doing too much things. So this is like one way is investing. Another way is having an own business or network where the people are working for you. But we are not all of us are gifted on that to have an own company. Kaya stock investing is the way to have a company, a part owner of a company. Kasi we just buy a company like Jollibee, it means that we are also a part owner of Jollibee. Whatever is happening to Jollibee, we are also earning kasi they are also giving dividends. And if the stock price is appreciating, we are also gaining from the capital appreciation. So that is the beauty of stock investing. So so we have enough motivation why we need to learn this, right? So so in stock investing, the first thing that one question is that your plan is to invest long term, mid term, or you want to trade like a swing trade or day trade, or what is in your mind?
I would like to do both.
Okay.
Since I have time naman, so I think I can do
Yes.
trading.
Okay, I understand. So yes, basically I also do the same. So half of my portfolio is for mid-term, long-term, and right now, since start yung December, I decided to allocate 30 to 40% on swing trade. So when I say swing trade, I can buy the stock and sell it within the period of 2 or 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, then I can already sell. So I just place or position my buying price at a certain level that I know that, and I based on my analysis, it will grow to like 10%, 15% within 3 weeks. So I do swing trading, and why is it that I'm doing it on December? Because December is really a very crucial month of the year. Yung pera kasi halos papalabas lahat. So I want something that is coming in as well. So hindi palaging papalabas kasi alam mo naman maraming expenses pag December.
Yep.
So yeah, mga reregaluhan, padala sa Pilipinas. At marami pa. Maraming mga discounted sa sa mga malls. So yun, kailangan nating bawiin. So yun ang tinatawag na cash flow. So dapat hindi lang cash out, kailangan mayroong cash in. Alright? So yan. So our session is it's a program, stock mentoring program that I do. The first session is about fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis is about the bottom line here is how to look for a good company, how to look for a good stock. Why is it so important? It is very important. It is not an optional thing, especially if you think about investing. Kasi, when you choose when we say choosing the right company to invest, you need to know what the company is doing. The second thing is that what is the growth potential? What kind of industry does this company belongs? Then, imamatch mo naman ito sa setting sa Pilipinas. Ano ba yung industry natin sa Pilipinas? What are those industries that has big potential to grow in the next years? So number one is really infrastructures, properties. Kasi we are a developing country, and of course one characteristic of a developing country is to build and build and build more infrastructures, highways, buildings, mga malls. Yeah.
Nabasa ko kasi parang para makapili ng company, parang kailangan din titingnan yung tawag dito, yung galaw ng gobyerno.
Okay. Yes, that is the macroeconomics point of view of choosing a stock. So this is the high level. So yes, that is also correct. For example, now the government is really aiming for build program. That is the program which is started by President Duterte. So
personally, sir, saan kayo tumitingin ng mga balitang ganyan?
Okay, so marami akong sources. Number one source is from the research team from BDO Nomura. So, okay, matanong nga kita, ano ba yung platform na ginagamit mo?
COL po.
Okay, COL Financial. They have also good research, but you can also consider opening a BDO Nomura account, not just because of buying and selling stock there, but gaining access of those very very important research.
Okay.
So, yan, kahit halimbawa yung ginagawa ko, meron akong BDO Nomura, meron akong COL Financial. Pag sinabi kong long-term stock, nilalagay ko lang sa BDO Nomura. Kasi yung platform nila medyo mabagal yung mga processes like transferring money from your account to their BDO Nomura account. So it takes a while. So in that case, that's really perfect for long term, diba? Kasi lesser processes or activities yung gagawin mo. You just need to deposit if you need to for long term.
Pwede ba yun, sir, yung kunyari bumili ka ng Jollibee kay BDO, tapos bumili ka ng Jollibee kay COL, okay lang?
That is also fine.
Okay.
So, kasi magkaiba namang sila, platform. So, yeah, actually, yung klase ng way, sometimes I am earning money from that. Kasi, for example, this is not Philippine stock. I have a US stock as well. For example, I have a Nvidia stock. It's a US stock. It's a big stock, blue chip. I bought it at 200 in another platform, 208. Then suddenly it went down to 185 within the period of 3-4 days only. So down to 185, I bought it at 185 in another platform, and now this 185 started to reverse, and now it's already 198. So in my another account, it's earning, although the other one it's still trying to recover, but I am earning from that reversal. So that is the trick. So even if you are down, you can still earn, especially if you have two different platforms. that I can cover that technique later on, but that's one of my
Okay.
secrets.
Okay, sir.
Alright, so
Sige.
yeah, so
Going back.
going back, the video Nomura, it's very important because they have very clever research team. They have very good research team. And you know what, I have
Magkano,
already
sir, yung ano dun?
no nothing. You
Start.
don't just need to have video account. Do you have a video account?
Okay. Yes.
Walang bayad, walang starting fee. As long
I see.
yung important lang nila na meron kang video account, then you go to the Video Nomura website, you can open an account. So I will send it to you later how to I
Okay,
mean
sige,
what
sir.
is the website, what are the steps. Then ang maganda doon kasi within 3-4 days lang approve agad yan. Bibigyan ka nila ng PIN code.
Okay.
Then gagawin mo doon, you can buy sell or buy stocks for long term. But the most important there is the weekly research. So, nagbibigay sila ng magandang tips at ano yung outlook ng even the macroeconomic outlook and microeconomic. So, yung mga stocks to watch na nire-recommend nila. Then, actually, I have this weekly stock updates. I have couple of people subscribing to it. And I based many of the information from Video Nomura. From COL Financial, I also use some, but like 30% of the time only. So 70% more on Video Nomura. Kasi talagang unbiased sila. So I also sometimes think that COL is the biggest, in the country as a brokerage. But sometimes I think they have some kind of partnership with other companies who is in stock na i-recommend nila para ang market price mag-up. Si Video Nomura, parang nafe-feel ko na talagang unbiased yung ano nila. Talagang sinasabi nila kung ano yung nakikita nila.
Real deal.
So, sa COL Financial naman, for example, kasi nako-compare ko for example, the fair value of one company, let's say Cebu Pacific, the fair value is 110, but COL Financial, the fair value is still way up. So, 120, 130, malayo. So, in that case, pag malayo yung fair value, medyo napapalong term yung yung trades mo. Kasi mag-aantay ka ng matagal. Pero sa Video Nomura, talagang sa pool talaga yung mga fair values nila. So, halimbawa, Ayala Corporation, the fair value, so fair value by the way is the real value of a stock. So,
saan nyo nakikita, sir?
So, saan ko nakikita? Okay, maybe I can share my screen. Just give me a moment.
Sige. Sir, anong kayo? Anong engineer? Civil?
Electronics and Communication Engineer.
I see. ECE.
ECE. I'm working in a software company. It's a telecommunication software vendor, Nokia. So, here in Budapest. Okay, share ko yung screen ko. Nakikita mo ba yung screen ko?
Apo.
Okay, very nice. So every week, kinukulik. Ano ba yung tanong ba?
Ano yung fair value sa nakikita?
Fair value. Okay. So, for example, Video Nomura. Dina-download ko yung weekly research nila. Meron dun yung weekly updates. So, ito yung latest. Ito ata yun. December 5. December 18. So, kahapon ito na-release. So, ito yun. So, tingnan mo. Market analysis. So, ito yung macroeconomics, government-related. But for me, the most important, this is the top to bottom approach. So, tinitingnan nila yung macroeconomics. But the most important is really the company per company basis. kung ano yung lagay ng isang company. For example, CHP. Dito ko na nalaman na si CHP pwede na mag-reverse. At alam mo ba, nakadalawa na akong profit nito for CHP.
Pwedeng mag-reverse, meaning, sir, pwede na siyang mag-uptrend, gano'n?
Yes, correct.
Ano po ba ibig sabihin?
Kasi
Kasi parang narinig ko sa isang, sa isang tawag dito, sa isang YouTube upload nyo, is iwasan si CHP eh, di ba? Tama ba? Sinabi niyo po?
yeah. Napanood mo yun? Yes,
Parang sir, tinatry ko kasi
okay, so ganito yun.
panoorin lang.
Ganito yun. CHP is not good for long term. It's not a stock for long term investing. Bakit? Kasi marami pang mga utang yan. Kaya, kumbaga, nagre-recover pa yan ng pagbabayad ng utang. So, definitely not good for long term investing. Then, if you check the net earnings, medyo, fluctuating. Sometimes wala, sometimes mayroon. So, this is not the characteristic of a stock for long-term investing, at I will show it to you later and you will understand why.
Okay.
Pero, it doesn't mean that you will totally avoid this or ignore. Kasi, when a stock is downtrend and it has been beaten down for long, the market behavior is up and down. So, sometimes they are going up, but sometimes they are going down. But there is that really point of time that it will start to reverse because of some market sentiment. So this is now related to the trading. So luckily, CHP has also some sort of positive outlook in terms of fundamentals, even if the current situation in its balance sheet, income statement and cash flow is not really the best. But there are some positive outlook on this, that next year, let's see, government will also ramp up infrastructure spending. And CHP is a cement company. They are also covered with this kind of government programs. So, mayroong pag-asa, but it won't go to 12. So, yung mga naipit sa CHP, nakabili at 12 nung nag-IPO, 11, 10. Maraming ipit ngayon kay CHP. So, it went
ipit, sir,
down.
ano pong ibig niyo sabihin?
Pag sinabi nating ipit, tulog muna yung money mo. Kasi pag nabili mo ng 12, at now, the stock is just trading 4.8. So, ilan yun? More than 50% na paper loss. So, pag paper loss ka ng more than 50%, at ibenta mo with the paper loss of, let's say, 60%, mangyayari sa'yo yan, para kang nag-donate sa charity. So, parang, or let's say na lang na, para kang pumunta sa stock market at sinabi mo na, hey, I have lots of money, please take it. So, you should not do it. Kasi pag paper loss ka ng ganyan, just let it, slip. Kung ganyan na talaga yung paper loss mo. So, kaya yan tinatawag na ipit. Okay na?
Ano sir, pagka ganun, pag nakikita mo na siyang pababa, anong best na gawin doon? Hintayin mo siyang uli?
So, ganito yun. Depende yun sa strategy mo. Di ba may sinabi ako na kung investing ka, if we are talking about investing, it can be long-term or mid-term.
Yes.
At pag sinabi ko naman mid-term, it means within 3 months to 1 year, you can take profit. Pag sinabi mo namang long-term, that means 1 year onwards or above. So, pag if you are doing mid-term investing, you can trade, you can choose a company. But once it moves to a cut-loss point, you need to exit. Pero pag long-term investing naman, you are thinking of 1 year above. If the company moves down, you don't need to cut loss. Cut loss means you need to exit. You need to sell even if there is a small loss. But if you are doing long-term investing, you should never do cut loss. But here is the thing. before doing a long-term investing, before choosing a company, make it sure that you are choosing the right company. And going back to CHP, nasabi ko na sa'yo na CHP is not good fundamentally. Therefore, you should avoid it for long term.
Okay.
But you can,
Big lang siya.
kasi yun nga, dahil nga sa hindi magandang fundamentals, this company entered the stock market in the Philippines as an IPO. Pag sinabi nating IPO, it means initial public offering. This is the first phase how a company goes in the stock market. The proceeds of the money which is collected from that IPO is given to the company, and there are various purposes on why is it that they need to enter as an IPO. Kasi number one is if the company would like to expand, to build more branches, like for example SM or any company like Wilcon, pumapasok ito sa IPO in order for them to acquire money without going to the banks to borrow money. Kasi pag if you acquire money from the bank, you are paying a big amount of interest every year.
Yes.
But if you are going to an IPO, you don't need to pay interest. You just need to pay the dividends to the investors, which is quite
Pag
low.
ganun sa, no? Ba't ganun nga si bank? Pag ikaw yung nanghiram sa kanya, ang lakas niya magpa-interest. Pero pag ikaw nagbigay ng pera sa kanya, ang konti niya magbigay.
Yeah. Ganun talaga.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Pero
Okay po.
pero dito sa there are also some companies that are really giving very big dividends. Ito yung yung like for example GMA7, 12% every year. Actually, pwede mong abangan yan. Every year, nagbibigay yan 12%. Mas malaki pa yan sa anytime deposit. Mas mataas pa yan it's actually 12% is just the average of per year performance of somebody who is doing a long-term investing. It is 12%, 15%. But for this 12% GMA7, ang disadvantage lang dito is that you are willing to risk that even if the market price of GMA7 will fluctuate up and down, you don't care. As long as you just put your money and then you are receiving that dividend 12%. Let's say you have there 100,000. What is the 12% of that? That is 12,000. So every year you have 12,000 clean money. But of course, you are not sure that, maybe the stock price will go down below than your buying price, or you are lucky if it is higher than your buying price. But the problem with GMA7 is it's not a kind of company which is a growth company. That's why the probability that the market price will go up is a little bit less. So pang dividends lang talaga kung sa GMA7. So investor depends.
Pero okay na rin siya, sir.
Okay na rin siya. It really depends on what is your goal. Kasi if your goal is not to be bothered about this market fluctuation but still earning from the dividends, then go for dividend investing. This is dividend investing. So yung ayaw mag-worry or ma-stress sa mga fluctuating price. Ito yun para sa mga
Play safe.
Playing safe at saka mahihina yung puso. Not really that one. That is also good. This is also one way to earn. But another way, which is actually the best, kasi the market price can really skyrocket more than 12% a year. Look at what happened to TOGS. This harbor shipping. Nag-skyrocket to the moon. At ngayon, hindi pa bumabalik sa Earth. So,
actually, sir, bumili ako niya lang TOGS, pero dahil lang sa nakikita ko, pero hindi ko alam kung ano na nangyari, kung kailangan ko pa bang bumili, pero sabi ko, kailangan ko na lang mentor. Kasi, hindi ko mag-gets kung ano yung pinag-uusapan nila.
I see. So, yan. Yan yung yan ang type na pwede kang malugi. Yung bang hindi mo alam ano bang nangyayari tapos bigla ka na lang bumili kasi
Oo.
bumibili sila eh. You are going with
Oo nga.
the herd. Where are they going? You also go. So, remember,
Parang nakikiuso lang ako.
hindi pwede yan sa stock market.
Kaya nga eh.
So, kaya this stock mentoring program that you are doing now, it's a good investment for you. First, to develop your knowledge, to competence, kasi, I believe that in stock market, if you study more, you earn more.
Mm-mm.
This is just,
Mm.
directly proportional. And if you study more, you lose lesser. So, in stock market, our enemy, the best enemy or biggest enemy is the risk. And one of those biggest risk is us. Not the stock, but us. Kasi you have there your emotion, you have there the risk that you will lose because you have a less knowledge. So,
Mm-mm.
since this is our biggest enemy, we need to tackle it. Because once we can tackle it, we can become profitable.
Mm-mm.
So how do we do that? So of course, number one is that to learn. To learn. How does it work? And then what
Yeah.
kind of winning strategies are good to implement? And
Mm-mm.
the effect will be profitability. So number one is really the risk. How to tackle the risk? Because the effect is profitability. So profitability is just an effect of what you do to manage your risk. Alright? So,
Alright.
yun,
Going
marami.
back.
Yeah. So,
Fair
maraming.
value, sir.
Ano po?
Yung fair value.
Oh, talaga, basta about sa stock talagang pwede akong,
Lumilipad.
maraming nasa sa isip ko eh. So, yun, back to the fair value. The fair value is basically the real value of a stock. So,
Okay.
so
Sino sir nag-aano na ito?
Sino?
Nag-designate?
The company. So,
The company.
and it can be calculated. So, ito, i-explain ko muna para maintindihan mo. Can you see my
Sige.
screen? This black screen?
Okay.
Nakikita mo?
Apo.
Okay, kasi yan. Basta dati pag nagpapalit ng screen, hindi nakaka-follow yung Skype. Kailangan kong i-share again. But this is a good sign. Alright, so this is a very, very important topic in investing. The fair value. The fair value is just the real value of a company. Ano ba talaga yung tunay na halaga ng isang company? Parang nare-relate ko to sa parang love life din. Ano yung tunay na halaga? Ganun. But that is another topic. Mga hugot lines. Right, so fair value is really the real value of a company. But it can be calculated by means of checking the financial statement, net income, balance sheet, cash flow. But the good thing here is that we don't need to calculate kasi this is already provided by the research team. Kaya nga sinasuggest ko sa iyo yung video na Mura. Then yung investment guide of COL Financial kasi meron din doon fair value. Pag pumunta ka sa research, then investment guide, fundamentals and investment guide, then you will get that file or PDF. I can show it to you later. Okay, but let me explain what is this fair value. This is the fair value. This is basically the real value of a company per share. So let's say the market price of a company is just trading below the fair value. So it's normal that company stock is just going up, going down, going up, up and down. Sometimes it's going closer to the fair value. So once the stock is just trading below the fair value, we consider the stock as undervalued. Undervalued kasi the fair value is this one, but it is only valued by the market in this low price. In that case, the stock is trading at a discount. So once the company is at a discount, this is good to buy. Okay, so buy here kasi the kind of natural behavior of a market price compared to its fair value is that once it is undervalued and the company is in a good quality stock, very good in fundamentals, growing, then that market price will gradually correct towards the fair value. And because of that, you will have these gains. So the more the discount, the more the price is undervalued, the bigger the upsides or profitability that you will have later on. But of course, sometimes this market price is going also higher than the fair value. This is the time when the company is considered overvalued. So this is normal. It's happening. But when the market price is overvalued, it's really never good to buy a stock. You buy here, you don't buy there. Why? Because there is that natural tendency of an overvalued price to correct towards the fair value. And one good example of this is Ayala Corporation. So Ayala Corporation 6 months ago was trading at 860 below. My sister, with my guidance, could buy this company like 20 shares. So after 3 months, it really corrected to the fair value. A fair value was 1,065,
Wow.
and it still went up to 1,100. But now it started to go down. Why? Because it's really correcting towards the and actually now it's now way below than the fair value, and it means that it's again good to buy. So when it happened that it went to the fair value, we waited a little, and using technical analysis, we waited for the right sell signal. So right sell signal, tumaas pa to hanggang 1,100, and then it started to come down. And then at this point, around 1,075, we sold. We sold Ayala Corporation at a profit of 25%. Within 3 months lang yan. Within 3 months. Remember that in 1
Pero
year.
sir, kung,
Yeah?
sorry sir, pero kung long-term investor ka, papabayaan mo lang siyang bumaba.
If you are a long-term investor, you can do that. Napabayaan mo lang bumagsak below fair value. But that is the disadvantage is that nag-invest ka at this price, nandyan yung price, tumaas after 5 months, let's say, tumaas above fair value na. Hindi mo kinuha yung profit, pinabayaan mo na naman na bumaba hanggang sa magkaparehong level. Do you think this is not a wasted time? I think this is a wasted time. Kasi this is 5 months, another month, pinabalik mo lang siya. So, of course, it's not a problem that pabayaan mo lang siya kasi it can still go higher. Yeah. But here is the thing, if you want to do that, it went up, hindi mo kinuha yung profit dito, bumalik siya, don't just wait. Try to buy more. If the stock is still fundamentally good, nothing happened in the past, it's still fundamentally good, it's still delivering consistent net earnings, you are still in a good shape, you can still buy more shares, especially if it goes down.
So ang maganda sir, parang pagka nasa tuktok na siya, pag nakita mo na bumalik siya, ibebenta mo siya, tapos bili ka na lang ulit pag nasa
Correct.
na siya.
That is the right strategy. So,
Okay, sir.
yan, hindi mo malalaman kung nasa tuktok na ba siya unless you know what is the fair value of that stock. So, the fair value might be here, but using technical analysis, kaya napaka-importante din ng technical analysis kasi makikita mo if there is a sell signal or not yet. Without knowing technical analysis, you just know fundamental analysis. You might be just selling at this point. But with technical analysis, you might be selling at this point higher. So that is, let's say, 10% more or 5% more. So that's the beauty of this. So check first, is the price already at the fair value? If not, then wait. I mean, if the price is there, then check if there is a sell signal. If there is a sell signal, then sell. If there is no sell signal, just let it grow more. Remember that our job as an investor is to maximize our profit. So if there is no sell signal, no need to sell. So you will learn technical analysis later, and these things, fair value plus the sell signal, combining together, you will become unstoppable.
Okay.
So 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 yan.
Very, very good hack.
So yan, so now yung ginagawa ko is that binibigyan kita ng mga ways how to profit from the market.
Yes.
Kasi pag the one that you said, na hayaan mo lang na bumagsak, that is also fine, but you can create a strategy na pag bumagsak siya, don't just sit. You need to add more kasi bumagsak eh. So para ngayon, pag bumagsak siya, ngayon yung fund mo is this fund plus this fund, then aakyat sila pareho. So double yung ano mo, kung dinoble mo pa dito, naging triple na yung fund mo, yung amount na nagre-raise is malaki-laki na. Yan ang tinatawag na compounding.
Okay po.
So mayroon din mga naggaganyan na okay, pag bumabagsak, just add more. Bumabagsak, double more. Bumagsak pa rin, triple more. Bumagsak pa rin. Teka nga. Baka hindi na ito babalik.
Pupunta na sa lupa.
Alright, so yeah, I hope that you got the point about fair value.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so now naman, the question is how to analyze if a stock is good or not. So in that case, we will check the stock based on its financial statements. But don't worry, because we really don't need to be an accountant in order for us to learn or to judge if the stock is good. We just need to apply common sense here. But the good news is that yung mga website na ginagamit ko have that tools na nagpapakita siya ng mas madali in a graphical way and in a organized way. Alright, so ngayon naman pupunta tayo sa investing.com.
Sir, sandali lang. Saan nga po pala makikita yung fair value?
Alright, so yun nga, magandang tanong yan. So ito, nakikita mo yung PDF file.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so baba ka, yan. Buti at in-intro. So yan, nakita mo yung every company, market capital, ano yung buy or neutral, last price, target price. Sa BDO Nomura, they call it target price. In COL Financial, they call it fair value. So yan, this is the target price. Let's say for example Ayala Corporation. What is the target price? What is the current price? It's only trading at 1,006, and the fair value is, or target price is 1,110. So pwede ka pang bumili, and your upsides is only around 10.3%. So in my case, I want this Ayala Corporation to go down below 1,000 before I buy, para malaki-laki pa yung upsides. But titingnan mo na may mga companies pa dyan na mas mataas pa yung upside, like Aboitiz, Cebu Pacific, DMC. But DMC is neutral here, so you need to avoid.
Bakit nga ganun, sir? Bakit malaki yung sinasabi niya na percentage, pero neutral naman yung
okay, there is there is something in the company that or the industry where it belongs, like if it is belonging to the retail, so retail industry is not in a good outlook for next year. Medyo conservative tayo sa retail, pero if it is about infrastructure, properties, banks, that is good for next year. So, let's say for example this, bago lang itong in-include ni Video Nomura, yung Phil Invest by rating 16.8% upsides. So, yan. So, this is the fair value. Ngayon naman, pakita ko sa iyo yung COL Financial. Paano yan investment guide. So, dinownload ko lang yung PDF. So, you can download it from research, fundamentals, then investment guide. So, this is that one, PDF form. And medyo maliit siya. Let's say for example BPI. So, the fair value of BPI is COLFB. Ito. Fair value is okay. So this is not an updated kasi May pa eh.
May pa.
I know that the BPI has around 114 fair value now. So nagbabago ang fair value every time nagkakaroon ng quarterly earnings, kasi if the company is earning more or exceeded the estimate, in that case the value of a company is increasing.
So ang fair value sir nire-release every quarter?
Yes.
Ganun po ba?
Every quarter. It actually every after nagre-release yung company ng financial statements.
Ano po?
Every quarter, di ba? Companies are required by the Philippine Stock Exchange to disclose their financial statements. Kasi publicly listed companies sila. In that case, once na-release nila, actually ito yun, dito mo yun makikita sa edge.pse.com.ph. Then ilagay mo lang for example BPI, then company disclosure, mga info about the company is also there. Ay, ito pala, financial report, then makikita mo yan dito yung latest na mga reports nila, like this one last September, ito yung latest. Balance sheet, income statement, and mayroon pa dapat cash flow. So once the analyst like Video Nomura, COL, makuha na nila itong statements na do, i-analyze nila ngayon yan. Then after some weeks, magre-release sila ng outlook, ano yung masasabi nila about that company. If the company has a good performance in that quarter, for example, let's say 15% above estimate sila on their net earnings, or revenue mataas, then in that case they will calculate a new fair value and they will release it. So for example, last May BPI was only fair value was 96, but currently it is now at around 114 ata. Okay, let's check this one. Ito
so
naman
sa report ni Edge, nasan doon yung fair value or paano siya?
hindi mo yan makikita dito kasi
hindi ba?
These reports are not showing the fair value. So that fair value is calculated by an analyst. And in that case,
ano sir ang titignan natin dyan kay Edge?
Ito, ipinapakita ko lang dito na kung gusto mong makita dito yung mga details ng company, mga reports, pwede mong tingnan dito. But itong website na to, ginagamit ko lang for checking the company info. This. Then, kung magkakaroon pa ng dividends, which is, for example,
din sinasabi.
Dito rin, tingnan mo. So, BPI, actually, if you buy BPI today or tomorrow, you will get the dividend unless you hold it until X dividend date.
Ano ibig sabihin, sir?
So, X dividend, this is the date that parang cut off na if you buy the stock before this X dividend date, then you are entitled for the dividend is 0.90.
from there, i-compute yung ano mo.
So let's say meron kang 1,000 shares kay BPI. So 1,000 i-multiply mo yan by 0.9. Kano yan?
May 90 pesos ka.
90 lang. 1,000 times 0.9. 900. 900 pesos. Hindi naman. Usually, pag mga hindi, actually this dividend is not so high kasi pag if the market price is really doing good, the dividends given by the company is less. But if the market price is not performing well, like GMA7, they are giving more dividends. And what's the reason? Of course, if they won't give big dividends, those investors will go away. They will sell their stocks.
Bonus lang.
Parang bonus lang. Para ma-retain pa rin yung loyalty nila na mag-hold sila. So, ganun yun. At one thing to note is that this is a common shares. So, common shares are the shares that we are publicly trading. Kasi meron dito mga preferred shares. Ito yung ibang klase ng shares yan na parang special people can only avail that. Or mga insiders, institutions.
Okay.
So, kailangan matingnan mo na that is a common stock. Alright, so about yung tinatanong mo naman ano yung titingnan natin. Dito tayo titingin sa investing.com kasi mas madali dito tumingin compared sa Edge kasi hindi masyadong parang walang calculated like financial ratio, PE ratio, ROE, hindi yan pinapakita dun. Alright, so for example, BPI. Gawin kong halimbawa sa Ayala Corporation kasi pwede natin i-compare ito kay SM Corporation. AC. Then, maraming mga AC dyan pero hanapin mo yung Philippine flag. Yan, Ayala Corp. Nag-close ito 2016. Then, punta tayo sa financial summary. Sa financial summary, makikita mo na pwede mong i-click yung quarterly, meaning every 3 months, then, or annual. So, tingnan natin Ayala Corporation in an annual perspective. So, so yung financial statements are mandatory statements to be submitted by all publicly listed companies in Philippine Stock Exchange. Number 1 is income statement. The second is balance sheet. And the third is cash flow. So, ngayon, you will understand ano yung pagkakaiba-iba nila at para saan sila. So, income statement, very basic. It's about the income. Magkano yung kinikita ng company every quarter or every year. So, when we talk about income, we can always relate it to our personal finance, di ba? Kasi we also get income from our salaries. So, meaning, if we are having increasing income every year or every quarter, that's a good sign kasi it means we are performing well in our job or the company is doing well or that we are funded well. Given salary in a good amount. So in stock market also, a good stock is basically a stock which has increasing net earnings or revenue. Right? So,
Sir, tama ba yung pagkakaintindi ko? Total revenue yun yung kinita ng company. Net income is yung kinita niya minus yung ginastos. Ganun ba?
Correct. That is correct.
Tama ba?
Yeah, kasi revenue,
Sige.
yeah, so lahat yan na sales nila. Sales. Halimbawa kung nagbebenta sila ng semento, lahat ng sales lahat ng sales accumulated, that is revenue. But, of course, maminusan mo pa yan ng expenses at saka tax. Then you will end up with this net income.
Mm-mm.
So basically, so in personal finance, we take care most of the time of our net income, di ba? Our gross parang okay, I know that that's my gross, but it's going to some part is going to my tax. So I care more about the net income. So ganun din sa pag-analyze natin ng stock. It's always good to check the net income. How is it doing? Is it increasing? If it is fluctuating, so medyo ano pa tayo dyan, dalawang isip pa kung mag-hesitate pa. Pero kung increasing like this, Ayala Corporation, you can see also from the graph, yung blue, yan ang revenue. Yung gray is the net income. And as you can see, it's expressed in billion, and from 2013 to 2016, it's really increasing, as you can see here. So it's really increasing. That's a good sign. Kumbaga, check mark, check, green flag. So of course, you can also check others like, ano ba yung sales na okay ba? Or ano. So next thing, balance sheet. So dito yung sinasaad yung assets nila at liabilities. So far, ano ba yung pagkakaintindi mo between the difference of assets versus liabilities?
Alam ko lang, parang utang yung liabilities, yun lang.
Correct. So assets, liabilities is about debts, mga utang, payables, money that needs to be paid out. So going out. So company, basically from common sense or personal finance, pag marami tayong liabilities, hindi maganda yan, di ba? As much as possible, for us to become financially free, we need to reduce these liabilities. And if we need to acquire liabilities in the future, we need to see to it that we are allocating that liabilities for something good, for something which will give us something later. So the same, the company also, they need to acquire liabilities. For example, if they have another project that needs money, so they need to borrow money from the bank. In that case, that's a positive liability, positive na utang, positive debt. Kasi they are acquiring it in order to fund their growth. And if they grow, they can have more money to finance this utang para mabayaran. So they have that capability to pay debts. So one characteristic of a good company. But bad company, example, they need to acquire loans kasi palugi sila. They cannot pay dividends to the investors if they don't borrow money. That is really a bad company. So this kind of things you need to avoid. So for example, another here, liabilities. Ito yung liabilities. So paano makikita na
sa tamang, kumbaga sa tamang purpose yung paggagastos ng
okay, so you need to know what the company is doing. So you need to research on it. Ano pa, bakit ba, ano ba yung ginagawa ng company? This is the reason why we need to know what the company is doing. One example is CHP, no? Sinabi ko kanina na it entered the stock market as an IPO, and everybody knows, I hope everybody knows, that they are entering to acquire money to pay their debts. And I was also intrigued or interested. Why is it that the TRC, Truly Rich Club, they know that that was the situation of CHP, but they still recommended a buy for CHP.
Yan pala yung sinasabi ni Sir.
Yan. So, napanood mo sa...
May nakita akong post niyan
Correct. It's really funny that nasusundan mo pala yung...
Kasi siya yung naman talaga.
So, ngayon, ano nangyari? So, maraming mga investors ngayon na luhaan and hoping that CHP will somehow come back to 12 or 10. Malayo dyan. It will come back, of course, but not next year. Maybe 2 years later. it will still come to 6 or 7 because that is the fair value of CHP at the moment. Of course, if CHP, like what I have said in the video, only on that time that CHP will come back to 12 when they release something which is a wow effect, that investors will say that, wow, CHP, you are the best, now I will put my money. Kasi stock market price is really affected by the sentiment, and the market price will increase if there will be more buyers which are coming in. There are more buyers which are coming in if there is something good happening in a company, kasi investors are attracted to it. They want to have the stock, and they want to pay higher than what is it now. So that's why price is increasing. So that's it. Yan. So this is about balance sheet. Of course, we need to a good company is a kind of company which is acquiring assets. So assets is about properties, mga ari-arian nila, pagmamay-ari, at mga something that is money or can be converted to money. That is asset. So once the asset is increasing, that is good, because if something, halimbawa, they want to acquire more lands, to Robinson wants to acquire more lands in order for them to create more branches, Robinson branch. So when they acquire assets like acquiring more land, it is enabling them to build or expand more. And if a company is expanding, it is enabling them to have more profits later, where in that case the value of a company is growing. And if a company is growing, investors are attracted. They will buy more shares from that company, and the price will go higher and higher. So that's the point here. So company should have increasing asset, and liabilities can stay flat or lower. That would be the best if it is going low. So makikita mo yan dito. The blue is the asset, liability is the gray. Actually, so this is from 2013 to 16. So as you can see, blue is really increasing, but at the same time the liabilities is also increasing. So it's like parang ano lang, no change, just asset, both of them are increasing. But here is the thing,
Sabay sila.
this total equity is very very important. Ito yung net worth ng company. What is the company worth of?
Okay.
Pag binawas mo lahat ng liabilities sa kanya, what is the company worth of? So this is a very very important metrics to judge if a company is good or not. Kasi if they are good, then they have a bigger net worth. It should be increasing. It's also like us. So pagbayaran ko na lahat ng loans ko, lahat ng mga utang or ano-ano pa man, ang matitira sa akin na money is a money which tells about my worth, which is called net worth. So if it is increasing year by year or quarter by quarter, then that's a good sign. Also, this enables a company to become stronger and stronger, because whatever market crash will happen in the future, they have that money to recover. So this is
nire-lecture niya sa akin is how to choose yung mga pang long term.
Yes, so these things are, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, these things are helping you to judge if a company is good, and you can use this info if you want to invest for long term or mid term as well. And you can also use this, by the way, for swing trade, kasi when you are doing swing trade, we just for me the best thing is really not just to look at the chart, but to look at how the company is doing fundamentally. And you will ask me why.
Why?
So why? Okay, so bakit? Kasi once the company is fundamentally good, it has that capability to bounce back even when the market price goes down. So it has that inner or intrinsic characteristic to bounce when the price is down. So you swing trade, for example, nabili mo ng 100, bigla na lang bumagsak 80. Magtatanong ka, babalik pa ba to? So yan ang klase ng tanong na matatanong mo pag down ka na sa stock. Babalik pa kaya to or hindi? So the question that will answer that is the company fundamentally good? If yes, then yes, it will for sure. What about CHP? Babalik pa kaya yan? Hindi natin alam kasi medyo alanganin yung ang balance sheet niya eh, net income. So kaya sinabi ko na unless mayroong wow effect na magkaka-interest yung mga investors, then babalik yan sa 12. Eh paano kung hindi? So matutulog yung ano. So that is the reason why this is the point here, that why is it so important to consider a stock which is really fundamentally good. Yung iba hindi tinitingnan to. Ang reason is it's hard to check. They don't know.
Why di alam? Kasi kahit ako sa kung hindi nyo tinuro, pag tinignan ko sa, ano gagawin ko din?
So, di ba? So, this is the reason why. Kasi ang chart madaling tingnan eh. Chart eh. Move. But, financial statement, para sa karamihan, para sa mga accountant lang to. Pero, I don't think it is for those accountant only. Kasi, kailangan mo lang naman talaga makita ang high level na pinapakita ng company. Ano ba yung just looking at this chart, parang nanonood lang tayo nito ng ng tawag dito, result ng election. So, ganun. I'm just kidding. So, yun So, total equity, kailangan increase. It's very important. Cash flow naman, cash flow is all about money which is coming in and money which is coming out. So, companies, basically, they need to have that kind of system na pag pumasok yung pera out of my net income, from the net income or operating income. So, anong gagawin ko? Itatabi ko lang ba? So, hindi nila gagawin yan na itatabi lang. Yung gagawin nila, i-reinvest nila yan. Or, they will also try to find some ways that they can expand or putting it to another investment or bonds or stocks. They are also doing that. And of course, they are also paying money to the investors. So, ito yun yung high level, yung cash for operating activities. Ito yung cash na na-generate nila from their operation. So, kung yung operation nila is about, let's say, Jollibee, it's about food. Ano yung pera na ano nila, na generate from that operation? So, ito yun. So, mas maganda kung increasing ito or just stable. So, ito naman, investing activities, this is the money that they are allocating for investments. They invest for property, plant, and equipment. So, they want to have more branch. They need to buy more lands. Or, they are a cement company. They need to buy more equipments or machineries. So, they invest that money. Kasi once they invest, it is enabling them to generate more products or services or whatever. Once they can do it, the money inflow will increase. And of course, if the company is growing, it attracts more investors.
So, iba pa ba yung cash from operating activities, ano ba yung kanina, yung nasa taas, yung ano po ba yun? Ayan,
equity?
po sir. Yung ano po ba yung nasa taas?
Income.
Yung sa taas na balance sheet? Oo,
Ah,
yan sa, iba pa yan sa profit and revenue income. Iba pa siya.
iba yan, iba. So, let's take a look
Ah,
at this. So the cash flow, pag ito pag gusto mong i-detalye yung cash flow, dito ka lang cash flow.
okay.
Then makikita mo na may net income dito. Nagsisimula yan sa net income. So, itong net income, it was coming from the income statement. So, this is the way how cash flow is related to income statement. Kasi yung income dito,
Ah,
dito, this is the same income, net income, na makikita mo sa cash flow.
sorry po.
No problem. Ganon din yung baby namin dito. Meron naman, meron nag-aalaga
Wait
dyan.
lang, baby. Nagsaing lang.
Okay, so
Ayun, sir.
pwede na tayong mag-continue.
Pwede na po.
Okay, so
Lipat ako dito.
yung net income, this is it. From the income statement. At yung net income na yan, di ba, sinabi ko na may gagawin sila dyan. Yung re-reinvest ba nila, magbabayad ng mga investor or dividends or whatever. So, dito yun, madidetalye. So, okay na. That's how cash flow is related to the income statement.
Oo.
So, ito, kung mapapansin mo, huwag ka lang mag-panic kapag yung investing activities is negative. Kasi it means that they are palabas yung pera eh. Kaya nga tinawag ng cash flow eh. Kasi positive dito is money coming in. So, it's coming from the... So, ito naman, from the operation, coming in, money coming in. So, money coming out for investments. So, financing activities naman, kapag nagbabayad sila ng loans, of course, negative yan. Kapag nagbabuyback ng shares, negative. Kapag babayad ng dividends, negative din. So far, positive si sa financing activities si Ayala Corporation. So, tingnan ko kung ano yung positive. Hining ng positive. Okay. So, yung positive, kapag nag-issue sila ng stocks or bonds, yung money na coming in is this. So, kapag nag-issue ang company ng stocks or bonds, of course, they will receive money. That is that money. Kung negative, meaning to say, they are paying dividends. So, ito naman, very important part, net change in cash. Kasi, so, all in all, i-plus and minus mo yung mga positive at negative, you will get the net change in cash.
Okay po.
So this is very important kasi the company which is good has a positive cash flow. Kung negative naman, ibig sabihin medyo ano pa sila, may gagastusan pa sila. So pero it doesn't stop us to invest kapag yung company has a negative cash flow. But it only means that the management should be able to somehow convert that negative to positive in the next quarter. So, kung titingnan mo dito, December 31, 2016, negative sila. Pero, they were able to make it positive. And ito naman, negative, pero naging positive. Pero kung tingnan mo ngayon yung annual, tingnan mo back to here. So, si Ayala Corporation, negative pa after 2016. So, aabangan natin dito, will they be still negative on this year, the end of the year? So, that's it. May tanong ka pa about the financial statements?
Okay na po siya. Basta ang importante lang, ang importante lang po is i-correct. Pag nag-negative, parang makikita mo na kino-correct nila yung ano.
Yes, that's very important. Kasi pag consistent yan, negative, Delikado yan kasi pwede mabankrupt na yung company.
Okay.
You know, kapag yung company may negative cash flow, it means that they cannot reinvest their money. Instead, they need to pay more, to pay loans or something. That's the indication.
Okay po.
So, yun. Ngayon naman, very important parameter are this PE ratio. PE ratio,
PE.
EPS, and ROE. That's it. Ito yung pinaka-importante. So, talakayin natin yan one by one. Ano yung PE ratio? So, makikita mo yan dito sa video nung muna. Ito yung this year, FY17F. And ito yung para sa next year na PE. So,
Okay.
basically, PE is about price per earning. It's telling us if the company is expensive or cheap. So, ano yung PE? So, that is price per
Over-earning.
earning. So, ano yung market price compared sa kanyang earning. So pag sinabi na PE ratio is 25, it means that in order for us to earn 1 peso, we need to invest 25 pesos.
Okay.
Pag sinabi namang 15, yung PE ratio, it means we need to invest 15 pesos to earn 1 peso. So, ano yung maganda? Alin yung maganda?
15.
Of course, ito. So, the lesser is the PE, the better.
Okay.
And the rule of thumb, yung may magagandang PE are those company which has PE which has less than or equal to 20. That's the best. Pero may mga exception dito that if the company is a growth company, they have normally high PE ratio like 35, 40.
Oo.
So in that case, you need to check the forward PE. Forward PE is the PE for the next year. So dito na
Ano yung FPE?
forward PE.
Forward PE?
So ito yung PE for the next year or next quarter.
Parang yung ano?
Yung forecast.
Forecast.
So, halimbawa dito, ito yung current PE, ito yung forward PE. So, halimbawa si Ayala Corporation, it has 21.5 and we know that Ayala Corporation is a growth stock. We need to check the forward PE, 18.4. Then, pag malaman mo na ganyan yung PE niya, it's not yet over kasi we know that it's now good or cheap, but it's wise to compare PE of one company to another PE of another company in the same industry. So meaning that you should not compare Ayala Corporation with a bank sector or a Jollibee kasi hindi sila magkapareho na sector. How do you know that what are those sectors that belongs to one industry? So that's a good question. You go to the investment guide kasi ito nakagroup na sila. Ito, banks and financial, commercial.
So, pag pag po nagbabago yung PE ratio, ano ang kailangan tingnan mo? Kung pataas siya, kung pababa?
Kailangan bumababa.
Okay.
Halimbawa dito, kailangan bumababa yung PE. Like this, Ayala Corporation, magiging 21.5, magiging 18.4. That's good. Pero ito, si Cebu Pacific, 6.6, magiging 11.1. That's not good.
Masyadong siyang mataas.
Ibig sabihin yan na, you know, PE is about price over earning. Ano ba yung nakaka-apekto ng pagtaas ng PE? Kapag yung earning bumababa. Kapag bumabagsak yung earning.
Kunyari po ako ngayon, meron akong Cebu pa. Ibig ba sabihin ngayon parang plano na ako ng pag-exit ko?
Yeah, so in terms of PE, so hindi maganda yung outlook ng PE ni Cebu Pac for next year.
Oo.
And ito rin, mako-consider natin yung EPS growth. So talakayan ko naman yung EPS para ma-add natin sa.
Okay.
So EPS is earning per share.
Mm-mm.
So EPS earning E over S. So kapag mataas yung earning, of course, maganda yung EPS.
Mm-mm.
So pero pag sinabi naman nating EPS growth, so EPS by the way is ano yung earning ng company per share, earning per share.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, so
Hello?
nare
Sorry po, inilan ni baby.
Oh,
Okay, sir.
okay, no problem.
Earning.
EPS is earning per share. So, kapag tumataas yung earning ng isang company, tumataas din yung EPS niya.
EPS.
Kasi, di ba, earning to, ito yung numerator. So, pag tumataas yan, syempre, tataas yung EPS. Pero, yung EPS na importante, yung importanteng consideration natin is yung EPS growth.
Mm-mm.
Paano tumataas yung EPS every quarter or every year? So let's say EPS this quarter is 10. Then next quarter magiging 12. That is good kasi that is meaning the growth is 20%. Diba? So ano naman yung EPS the next quarter? Pag another 14%, so maybe that is 22% growth. So, halimbawa kung this is year 1, year 2, year 3. So, meaning yung EPS natin for that company is growing, is rising. That is a good indication, very very important parameter. So, in here, sa video na mura, makikita mo yung EPS growth. So, let's say Cebu Pacific. From negative 18.9%, which is already bad, magiging negative 40.
Negative po.
So, magiging worst. So, Video Nomura is now predicting or forecasting that next year would not be a good year for Cebu Pac.
Okay.
So, that is now giving you some signs na, oy, itong Cebu Pac baka... Pero,
Okay.
from the technical point of view, makikita mo naman na si Cebu Pacific, parang nasa maganda yung position niya. Kasi, I will show to you. Just a simple trend line. So, papaano ko ma-judge na pwede bang mag-exit or just hold? So, i-convert ko yan to 1 week chart. Kasi long term naman. So, tingnan mo.
Ano ginagamit nyo? Anong chart? Pang weekly? O...
For long term, you can use 1 day and 1 week.
For long term?
Yeah. For mid-term, 1 day, 1 hour. So, tingnan mo to. Yan. Yan ang nire-respect na support. So, meaning, habang yung Cebu Pacific nag-hold sa lower part of this channel, we are still good. Kasi, ibig sabihin yan na that price is just fluctuating inside this channel.
Pero pataas pa rin.
Pero maybe later pataas pa. Pero once lumabas yan sa channel, that is not a good sign anymore. So we need to exit. Kasi it can happen that it's now going downtrend.
Okay.
So that's the technical point of view. So abangan mo lang si Cebu Pacific. Kasi sometimes tricky yung market. Yung fundamentals sinasabi na medyo tagilid, pero later on mga traders pinapataas pa to. So yan, pero if I will be the investor, I will take profit when the price comes here to this level 130, 130, kasi yan ang upper part ng channel. tingnan mo, if the, this time, ang price lumabas dito, hindi na siya umangat, bumalik. Ito rin, ito hindi pa umabot, bumalik na. Ito rin. So, the first take profit point is this. Kung gusto mo ng talagang profit at 113. Pero once it will be broken, it can still go higher until here. But, pag bumalik yung price dyan at nakita mo na may rejection ng price na babalik, it's better to take profit there. Kasi babouncing na naman yan. So that's one of my strategies. Very simple but powerful.
Okay.
Alright, so ngayon naman, EPS is already fine, right? So very important here that to judge a good company, the EPS must be growing consistently.
Okay.
If the EPS is a little bit fluctuating up and down, it's not a good sign.
Okay.
So the next important thing is this ROE, return on equity. Nakikita mo yan dito. So yan, parang return of investment. Ito yan. So the higher it is, the better. So equity is the money, which is the money in stock market. That's equity. So these companies are acquiring money from what the investors is investing from stock market. So they go to stock market to acquire money, but of course investors are expecting something in return from that money. That is the return on investment, the return on equity. So this is a kind of metrics or a parameter which tells the efficiency of the company to generate returns to the investors. So the higher it is, the better. So meaning here that Cebu Pacific, although the PE and the EPS growth are a little bit bad, but in terms of return on equity on this year, they were good. They were able to generate 23.9%. The question is, will they be able to repeat it next year? So that's a good question. So here, alin pa? So ito si Ayala Corporation, if I wanna compare it to SM, Ayala is only 13.4, SM is, kasi magkompetensya sila, di ba? SM Investment 10.3. So mas mataas pa rin si Ayala Corporation with around 4%. So I would choose Ayala Corporation.
So isa ba ito sa mga checklist niyo?
Yes.
Pinili ng company?
Yes, so itong tatlo, those are the very important. So kailangan, kumbaga, i-head to head mo sila. So halimbawa may dalawa kang company, Ayala Corporation and SM. Itali mo dito. So AC. Dito SM, magi-head to head ka sa dalawa kung fundamentals yung consideration mo. So PE dito. Then dito yung PE. Then the next is EPS growth. Then the next is ROE.
Okay.
So yan ang pag-compare. So halimbawa, ito mas maganda. Ito mas maganda.
Okay.
Pero dito, okay. Dito, let's say, maganda dito. So, sino panalo? 2:1. at depende rin sa'yo kung ano ba yung mas pinahahalagahan mo. Yung PE, EPS, compared sa ROE.
Okay.
Pero kung di ka pa rin sure, medyo pareho sila maganda, then invest to both of them.
Personally, sir, kada kailan kayo nag-study ng bibilhin stocks?
Actually, almost every week.
Every week?
Almost every week kasi meron akong weekly stock updates at kailangan kong i-release ito every Tuesday.
Okay.
But without that, the best thing to analyze market is during weekends when there is no market which is moving.
Oo, sa bagay.
At saka during the night before you buy a company, it's also good to analyze company before when the market is closed. Kasi
Mm.
your emotion is really, isolated. You are really focusing on the
Mm.
company based on the chart, based on the fundamentals. And during the
Mm.
market opening, your job is just to execute your plan. And remember, in investing, in trading, it's very very important to have a plan. If you don't if you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail. That's the
Okay.
point. So always have a plan before buying anything. And then when I say plan, you choose a company and you have some projection that where it is moving next.
Okay.
But if the trend is going against you, you should also have a plan B where to exit. Or are you going to exit? Or you will just add
Okay.
more fund if it is going down at a certain level. And it depends on the kind of strategy that you want to implement. If you want to implement swing trade and the market goes against you, you really need to exit or you have to determine a cut loss point. And that cut loss point is a kind of point wherein if it goes towards that, you exit the trade like you are exiting from a
Mm.
house which is burning.
Eh, paano nyo inaano yung cut loss?
Cut
Paano
loss,
kayo
that will be
nagko-compute ng cut
covered
loss?
with our next discussion, but just to
Okay,
give you
sige.
some idea, it like for example, this is
Mm.
a stock price trading and fluctuating in this range.
Mm.
So it has this range lower and max. Your cut loss will
Okay.
be put just below that fluctuation. So
Mm.
this is the fluctuation point. You put your cut loss here
Mm.
such that if the stock goes below that point and you
Mm.
go to cut loss, it is already a sign that it will continue. That's why it's
Ah.
better to exit here.
Alam ko yung comparison. Pasensya.
Yes,
Pasagad na yung pasensya.
correct. But if you put your cut loss very very close, it's not good. Kasi the
Ah.
stock market can fluctuate just on that cut loss
Mm.
and then go back. And then you will
Okay.
be kicked out from the trade right away.
Okay.
So it's not good. So the cut loss must not be too near. It must not be too far. Kasi pag too
Mm.
far, you are taking a big risk. It means that you are ready to lose a big amount of money from this point to this point. That is loss. So that's why you need to really put it at the right level. But I will teach you how later on. There is a
Okay.
so-called tool called average true range, and
Average
it
true.
can help you decide that which is your exact cut loss point.
Okay.
So, any more question, clarification, any doubt, confusion?
From sa ano naman natin sa lesson, okay naman ako na absorb ko naman siya.
Wow, it's good to hear.
Thank you po.
But the good thing with my stock mentoring program is that you can really ask me offline kapag medyo may nalilito ka pa or medyo may naalala ka na, oy, ano ba yun? You can still ask me. That's a good thing.
Okay.
So, just
Sir,
write me a
paano,
message. Yeah?
pwede po ba yung papakita ko sa inyo yung portfolio ko tapos pwede yung
Of course, yes.
i-post ba?
It is, yeah, of course. I have many students who are also doing that. And it's fine to me. I can give some advice about that.
Yung coach niyo.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That's why I call it mentoring, not seminar.
Okay. Ayun, sir. Tapos, based on, ano po rin kayo, nag-dividend kayo? Based on your
Dividend
own experience
investing?
Or, yes. Apo.
Dividend is like parang hindi ko namamalayan na makaka-receive pala ako ng dividend sa napili kong stock. Pero
Sige siya.
but
Kumbaga,
I have some kind of game plan that on January or February I buy GMA. Then after the ex dividend date or 1 month later I will exit. This kind of thing.
Okay.
But not really for long term dividend investing.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
All
Ano
right.
ba ba yung... Meron akong listahan kasi kaya lang, ang gulo kasi ng bata kaya hindi ko makita. Sige.
Okay. So, yun, kung wala ka ng tanong, I will download and upload this video and you can watch it again later on.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Ano
so
ba sir next?
about our next pwede tayong bukas kung gusto mo.
Bukas po, sir. Sige.
Okay.
Pwede.
Alright. Kasi maganda ngayon kasi bakasyon talaga ako. So at least kung maybe at the same time, no, or okay, I will propose a time
Sige,
later.
sir. Pero as early as 3 p.m.
As early as 3 p.m. Alright.
Time namin.
That's fine to me.
Pwede na
That's
po.
fine to me.
Oo, sir.
That's fine to me.
Kasi lalabas yung mga bata ninyo.
Sige, mag-send na lang ako sa iyo ng invite.
Sige, sir.
Alright.
Baka, sir, sa Skype ulit. Kasi hindi ko alam nangyari sa laptop ko.
Okay, so Skype na lang tayo para hindi na tayo maano.
It works naman.
Oh. Alright. Thank you very much and I hope that you learned a lot from me.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so enjoy and God bless.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, bye.